Hey folks, Quillykin here and welcome to more Let's Play Factorio! And after I recorded the first two episodes, then I had to go away and get ready for my live stream for the day. Which meant, you know, obviously I wasn't going to play some more, except maybe I did a little bit more and let the game run a bunch to basically just accrue a billion different resources. I also went and booped the bug camps that were nearby, although I think this one has respawned. I feel like this is one that I cleared out and may have come back. But you can see that our radars have expanded out our borders quite a bit, and we've got a few iron deposits, which is really good news. 3 million within spitting distance of our base, which is nice. We got the 1.7 over here, and then a 4.7 down there. There's a way to set pins. Right click, left click, shift, alt. I don't think this is a pin. No. Oh, alt right click sets a pin, and then I guess you can name it, so we could do something like, whoa, that's not what I meant to do. Here, FE 4.7, I think it was. Apparently I have caps lock on, so that's great. And then you can change the symbol and stuff too. Can you put an icon? Yeah, you can do this. Oh, it puts it in the text. Okay, I thought there was another way to set these up. Maybe there was. Maybe the pin system has changed. This actually looks very flexible. See, it didn't change the color of the pin. Anyway, let's not worry about it. Anyway, so we've got that. I feel like booping this thing pretty early on makes a lot of sense because I was already talking about setting up a smelter system over here, and then that's really close. So I think that's mostly what we're going to work on over here. I've got a... Oh, and then the pin stays on the map here. Is that what this toggle does? No. All right, you know what? I don't care for this tag system. There. All right, let's just get rid of that. And I know there was another. I know that the pins or something worked differently before, and maybe there still is. Maybe there's a difference in a tag and the icons I was using previously. I have no idea. Anyway, research is chooching along. Oh yeah, I decided to make the green beaker, the green science thing. I mean, it's not producing super quickly, although fast enough to keep this basically full. It does mean it's consuming all of our frickin' inserter production right now. I suppose it'll backlog, but it's fine for now. I've got tons of inserters on me, so I'm not too concerned. Okay, let's come over here and build our smelting system. So let's leave a decent gap over here to bring down the material from this, the material from over here. This mall again is not going to stick around because we're going to be duplicating some of it. Well, in a sense, yes, we're going to be duplicating it, but a much bigger scale way off of our bus. So let's just set up a block over here. Now, the ratio is 48 furnaces to a belt. Now, I believe that's total, so 24 per side, which certainly rings true-ish, what I recall. So if this just says 50, if I do this, and stop at 26, there we go, 26 lift in hand, theoretically, assuming I mathed correctly, and God forbid I should try to math on live anything, that should be the correct length for that side. So then we'll pull into the middle this way. And then let me do the other side, and we'll make a blueprint out of it. If I can remember how to make a blueprint, actually. I did, as I said, I cleared out my blueprint book before we started. With one exception, I decided to leave in... oh, that just makes a new one. Okay, just beat open it. The belt balancer over here, just because it'll save us up a little bit of looking. Because I'm not going to be trying to figure out belt balancers on the fly. We're definitely going to use a blueprint for that. Tick, tick. And the other side. See, they make different sounds if you're going up and down. I don't know if you knew that, but it's true. All right. So, and then what we need is, I wonder like what the minimum amount of space. I mean, we can leave a gap because why not? But because we want to feed in the coal, right? I think it needs to have at least a couple of ticks because the idea is the coal is going to come out like this and feed into that, and then the iron is going to feed in from the bottom. It's been a while since I've done this. And do that and that, and, you know, some length over here. And then in a sense we're going to be leaving a gap of some amount. Let's say this, we leave a 2 gap. I'm just trying to figure out, does that fit for this. Yeah, that's actually the exact perfect distance over here. So it'll come in at some point over there. This middle bit. Oh no, it's got to be another. Oh, because we have to have another divider. Haha. So what am I saying? Right over here. This needs that. I'm happy I didn't overcommit on my production here. Right, because you do this, and then that, and that. Okay. Let's put down the inserters. And this only ever needs to be these yellow ones. So yeah, this should be a line of half coal, half iron, and 24, like it's only one side for the inputs, but that's going to be enough. I mean, the coal is way more than we need, but it'll be enough for the iron because it can perfectly feed from one fully saturated side these 24 furnaces. You know, I'm so looking forward to when we get bots. But here's the thing, even doing this manually, I think this is the real reason that I really enjoy this game compared to other factory building games, is because it's a lot faster to place in this 2D thing, right? Stretch out tons of stuff. We're not walking, we're not trying to like aim our cursor in three-dimensional space to get the right lock on. I mean, it's certainly not as pretty, but for the kind of gameplay style that I really like this. There you go, another tech. Circuit networks is next. Not that we really need certain circuit networks. Oh, it's not. It's just sort of highlighted. I was going to say, we don't actually need that right now. Let's just keep unlocking things. You know what? I will unlock the shooting speed. And I guess, you know what? Research speed. Maybe we do that first. There we are. And then, yeah, we'll unlock the rest. I mean, I don't know if we're setting up solar power right now. But let's in-queue these things. Okay. We're definitely not going to get military research going until we words are hard, until we have our bus. Like, it's not going to be producing. Okay, that's all the inserters. I guess I want some length over here as part of the blueprint. Okay, so now it's just power. Now I'm going to want to build the power using our medium electric poles, which is much more convenient for this, because I guess we still need pairs, but I want to start from the bottom or the top. This doesn't really matter. But yeah, you can start here, and then yeah, we'll need the other one. That's okay. Boom, boom. And yeah, that'll cover that. Now, what I could do here, I could put it on the outside. Again, we just want 2 spaces to link. I think if I put it here, it will reach the next block. Yeah, because they have enough reach. Yeah, that'll be fine, because heck, right now it almost reaches the next block. So yeah, I guess we'll just do this. And you're not putting them in the sequence. Oh, what if I start from the bottom? I mean, I can click manually, but I really like the click and drag, because this should put them in the same places. There we go. Which is what I'm looking for. Perfect. You're doing this. I think this block is complete and ready for blueprinting. I guess I could just double check really quick that the power is actually working. Let me remove this repair pack. I'm gonna put the repair pack here instead. Weird category for it to be in there. Oh yeah, I didn't actually build any big ones. You know what? We'll just connect this up with the little guys. I just want to make sure that all the blinking goes away. Yep. Okay, except for the supply, which is fine. Okay. Now, does anyone remember how to do a blueprint? So, save design for automated construction. What's the minimum? I guess I don't actually need this bit. I really just need here. And some amount there's fine. Actually, I guess we really do want to do mostly the minimum. I guess I'll do that. Okay. So this is going to be, what is this called? Stone furnace, right? Yeah, stone smelting. Or maybe yellow stone smelting. I mean, it's tier 1 smelting is really what it is. Maybe smelting dash tier 1. That seems reasonable. Sure. I don't know, maybe I should mark it like stone / yellow, because it's not the advanced furnace or anything. Okay, so create blueprint. And then... Right, you can put it in there, but I can also make... To make the book, you just do it this way. Okay. Is this going to auto-expand when this fills up? I suspect so. Okay, I guess we'll just leave it there for now, because that's okay. But... And then I pick it up, and then I can place down... Good. Okay, so we're just going to place some in ghost mode here to be ready for... There, and then a double gap. That's 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so this is how much I want a placeholder for now. The idea being is that early on we're going to go with 8 lanes of iron and 4 lanes of copper. Although I might end up just doing like 2 iron and putting a copper here for now, and then later on draining it. I guess I could run the copper all the way over here. Now, again, later on, we're going to need infinite amounts of copper, but for a long time, 1 lane of this is going to be ridiculous overkill. And then we're going to need to expand the iron a lot more first. But yeah, the scaling will get there. Oh, and then I can put this back just to make sure this keeps working. Okay. Now, I don't think I'm going to mine from this yet, especially since setting up miners over here will generate more pollution in this area. We'll definitely have to worry about it. But we have guns. One of the things we can do as well, the regular bullets, these guys over here just need iron plates. What I can set up over here is I can set up a micro little iron plate smelting system. Maybe literally with just 1 smelter, but I don't know, we might go with like 4 to make some metal plates to then feed into an ammo production just locally over here. Or I could centralize ammo production and then belt it out there. But I think with the iron, it'll also need fuel. I'm forgetting about that aspect. Yeah, so we'd have to belt out coal, although we could do that from here. But maybe I'll just belt out ammo all over the place. Could be, I don't know. I've got a little bit of an array here because I was AFKing a little. I was like, I don't think anything's going to come and bug me. Now, one of the things of spending a bunch of time idle in AFK, the evolution of the biters does still progress through time, not just pollution, so that can cause some issues there, but we shall see. Okay, so this is assembling here. We can scale this up. Let me go and I think I can make grenades, although without a couple of damage upgrades. I mean, the sweet spot is I think eventually you upgrade the grenades enough to kill the trees in 1 shot. Maybe you can always 2-shot them, or maybe with like 1 damage upgrade you can 2-shot them. Just annoying when you get a slight fraction. Anyway, I like grenades for clearing out mass trees, because we really don't need any wood anymore. I guess I could just throw it into a random fuel thing at some point. I don't remember. Hold on. Do you need wood for railways or anything like that later? No, because this doesn't make sense, because there's no automation of wood growing in Factorio by default. And none of the later recipes require any kind of like manual intervention. I think with like the Bob's mods or something like that, I think there are like little greenhouses you can make to generate, you know, constant biofuel kind of vibe, but I think that's kind of the exception. Okay, let me check. What do I need to make grenades? Yeah, just coal and iron plates. We've got the coal. Well, you're out of stuff. If I just do this. Now, if I recall correctly, grenades actually produce quite slowly, so they're really annoying to produce by hand, but if I do that, and then I think grenades just end up going on a slot on your bar. I don't think... Yeah, they don't get used as a weapon or anything like that. Okay. But yeah, like I said, I think it's quite slow. Let's do this, and yeah, let's... Whoopsie daisy. Now, I've got this little splitter here for this because it's on a mixed patch. I'm still mostly going to avoid it just for throughput here, but we'll have to do more of this mixed patch filtering afterwards. I think it needs 1 more to be able to harvest everything that's there. And yeah, we'll keep doing things with wooden poles for now. Okay. And then what I'll do is a little tweak over here. I could send this into like a 4x4 balancer, which is kind of overkill for the amount of stuff being produced here. But it'll be nice when we get a backlog like this. Yeah, okay. Let me just trim this back. Now, if I try to do this by memory, I think we're looking at here. pull back a little bit down there. You do 2 like this. And then probably that goes... No, I think that was right. Because I think you do this. I'm going to pull up the blueprint in a second. But I think you do this. And then from there... Oh, but we need space for the splitter. Okay. I should definitely do it from the blueprint the first time. But I got really good at placing these manually. I kind of want to get that skill back. So right click to open it. Go down, find 4 to 4. And... Oh yeah, that does go into there, into the underground. Okay. And then up, 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 up. Oh, I need... Well, I can't decide. Probably if I... Oh, I don't remember where it is. There's the click and drag for these belts. That is in a sort of automated move over here. And it might not be an interface. It's not controls, because that's just actual hotkeys. It's not going to be graphics. That doesn't make any sense. Is it under other? That also doesn't really make any sense. It must be under interface. And it must be something that's turned on right now. It's visualization, alt mode, interaction. Dang it. Show minimap. Oh, I don't want to read. I don't actually want to read. I'm just hoping I can scan over and spot the thing. I guess it's fine. I won't worry about it, and I'll go and potentially tweak it between things. I'm sure it's been on the screen 30 different times. My apologies. But yeah, so at some point, and this was a while now, Factorio added in this sort of locked click so you can't go to the wrong column. And I don't suppose to, now there's not a key that like overrides that behavior. Because then it makes it impossible for me to do click and cross this way, which might be fine. Maybe I should just get used to this. But yeah, here, I can't just click and drag sideways to finish that. Boom and boom. Okay. So, can I, how far does the underground go? Yeah, good. I do this, and then just put you guys back. I'm just trying to divide up the inputs a tiny little bit. Guess we'll leave that here. And yeah, we might just do another underground. If I just do this, then we leave in some sort of space for another input for maybe another row over here. Okay, and then you are just going to do this over here. And I might even want to throw a splitter on there, but now this whole patch of iron is going to dry up fairly quick. You can see it's already going. That's going to go away soon as well. So very quickly, this is going to become completely obsolete. And yeah, there's some more stuff over there. But maybe what I'll do is I'll just run these 3. And then the extra stuff down here, I'll have that added as a 4th to our little production area. Come on. And just in case, I don't think these are full, but I'm going to keep grabbing those steel plates because they don't get belted off anywhere. Whee! I gotta say, this like automated underground tunneling part of the new belt system here that I was just kind of looking at maybe disabling, that part is really cool. And it does prevent me from all the times when I accidentally place things straight. I should probably just get used to this. Oh no, I was gonna say, I'm not out of transports, right? But no, just in this stack over here. I don't know if there's an option to tell you like the total amount that you have in your inventory on your mouse cursor. I know it's like just the current stack you're working with. Okay, so we do have some grenades, which also can be nice for clearing out some aliens, but I think a lot of times they tend to dodge, at least when I try to do it. Now, I could put another balancer over here, which I guess isn't required, although we are going to get the extra input in. Maybe I will. It's kind of very redundant. Kind of very redundant. Yeah, okay. But I think I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, that. Because these 3 belts is already going to be balanced. English much? These 3 belts are already going to be balanced. But we are going to feed another one in here. So why not? Blunk, 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 blunk. So those. Click, click. And then wonk, 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 wonk. Wonk, 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 wonk. And oops. Like so. Okay. Yeah, and we'll get the other bits inputting. But now, if I just come over here and do this. There we are. Now, I mean, at some point, conceivably, we might move our smelting area somewhere else. Especially if we move up to electric smelters, which doesn't fit in the same platform, right? There's going to be a certain redesign, and by that point, we'll probably be doing rail stuff, so we could have a big smelting station somewhere else. However, for a very long part of the game, and possibly the entire game, I don't know, the idea will be this is going to be where we're smelting this stuff and feeding it into a bus, and we'll just have a raw iron like train delivery platform sort of over here or over here, right? There's going to be that space. All this mining is going to free up. There we go. Okay. Now we need the coal to come up through here. Now the coal is originating from there. Okay, you know what? Let's drop some grenades. I don't know what the radius on them are. Right click. Right click. I'm hurting myself slightly. Okay. Tap. Death to trees. Go. You know what? Let's clear that. Okay, great. And yeah, at some point it becomes a one-click thing, which is lovely. So I think with the coal, we'll end up. So we got the split that goes off there. Well, that can be moved pretty easily. Because what I'm thinking is, and I know I can put these blueprints on my bar, and that might be a good idea too. Oops. Yeah, we're generally going to be going upwards. And you're the bottommost, so yeah, you're going to be definitely on the outside over here. Click, click, click. I mean, well, actually, realistically, we've got something like that going on. Okay, and then you go there and there, there and there. Oh, bots are going to be great again. It's not, I'm not complaining about doing things manually. I just know how great it is when you finally get bots again. It's just wonderful. So yeah, you're going to peel off like this. And I guess I'll run you all the way down and use the existing stuff. I could move it and save a little bit of belting. All right, solar energy next in queue. Again, we're not really going to be using it at this point, but sure. So yeah, you'll feed off into there. You're going to resaturate your stuff just fine. And yeah, we're going to set up some extra mining for this afterwards. And in fact, okay, you're just going and feeding the power, which really doesn't need a lot. I think what we're going to do is this. Or I could put it earlier so that it keeps even. No, we'll do this anyway. It's going to be fine. I'll just pull a little bit off that. It's still going to be... This is still going to saturate. It'll saturate a little slower because it's not a proper balance anymore. But it'll still get to that point, and yeah, that's going to be okay. Especially once this part going north isn't needed, and it's barely needed now, because there's actually not that much smelting going on, and that's all it's there for. But, so now what we're going to do is yoink this off over here, and this way, and we'll leave a 2 gap. 2 gap is ideal for getting the underground stuff to work. And death to trees. Alright, slight damage to our belts, but that's okay. Well, this ended up, yeah, going a little south, which isn't great, but fine. Yeah, that's alright. And then we need to get the coal up over here. really don't actually need very much of it to get the smelting to work. On this. I think one yellow belt, well, one belt of the appropriate tier for whatever you're doing. I don't have the cheat sheet open, but if I recall correctly, it was something like 660 of these furnaces or something like that that could be handled from the coal. So one line, one fully saturated line of this is going to do all the smelting over here we really need. And then, yeah, we can still go and bring that in. So, yeah, really this should have run one further south. I guess, yeah, all right. Because, yeah, I forgot there's this extra line coming in here, so we really need it to be here. Yeah, like that. And then like that. Click, 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 click. And I mean, I guess I could have done that just to drain out the coal that's on there. Oh, these damage bits are going to occupy my inventory in an awkward way. Okay, well, let's deal with the mining in a second, but yeah, that's true. All right, let's take a moment, and I will go and do this. I don't think it'll cause a problem, but theoretically, if we get a bug attack over here, then they'll last slightly longer, but not really in a meaningful way. Mostly it's just to make our inventory better if we clean this up. And then, yeah, speaking of, if I go in here... Oh, good. There was only 2 damage belts. That's great. All right. Excellent. So, yeah, you're slowly coming in here. We will, to make this work better, we will definitely need more coal mining. So we're going to do that now. And, oh, I don't have very many drills, electric drills. Okay. We get those. And I don't have that automated right now. That will be something when we set up the real bus, but... Grab more of that. And some of this. Okay. Still only enough for more. Oh, yeah. Now we're getting iron limited again, which is not a surprise because that's normally what the situation is. And you're not fully saturated. All right. And we do have the assembly machine level 2, but no. Oh, there may have been a lull in the amount of raw iron going up there, the iron ore, because a bunch of it was being used to fill this quad line, so maybe it's catching up there. Of course, I can add more mining there, but yeah, let me focus on the coal, even though I think we actually are okay on it, but it would be very bad if we didn't have enough to supply the power, right? If that dips, and then all of a sudden all your miners operate slower, and then therefore you get less coal, therefore you get less power, and so you get this loop. One of the things you can do for emergency stuff is put some burner inserters over here because they fuel themselves with the coal, and so it will make sure that in the event of no power, something can still restart things by just having access to any coal whatsoever. But honestly, if you end up in that sort of problem, you can just go and kind of manually reprime the system. I mean, you've had other issues, and it really shouldn't be something that happens very often, where you've got other problems going on. Okay. So that's, I mean, that's going to be enough coal. And again, I think we were fine on it. It looks like it was slowing to a trickle, but really, like, this is all going to backlog. But now I feel much more secure. I'm not worried about connecting these other lines because the balancer will, I mean, I guess there's still the little split. Yeah, maybe I'll get a second one just to make sure there's enough throughput, especially if I go and set up the other smelters, because this way I won't have to worry about it for a while. Will automatically underground, although we really don't want it to do that. We'll just do one of those, and that's going to be okay. All right. Just, and if nothing else, some extra capacity on the belt to operate as a buffer is going to be okay. And yeah, definitely we weren't getting enough coal here yet. I think we would have eventually, well, maybe not. Maybe there was enough consumption over here that wouldn't have been a thing. Maybe it's still not going to be enough over here, right? With these guys. But this is starting to accrue. And one chunk of coal does operate for a little while in here. I can't remember what the ratio, like each piece of coal. You can see it's lasting for a really long time to produce quite a lot of metal. All right, and that's starting to backlog, which means it's going to accumulate inside these things, which is nice, actually, because I could pick up some more plates. And in fact, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to use it to build more of these electric mining drills. Let me pick up a little bit more. Okay. Because we're going to want to expand that at some point. Okay. So, bus-wise, there's some cliffs there. And there's some water over there. These aren't cliffs, right? So if I go directly north over here, barring whatever this is, explosives will be needed at some point. Yeah, I do kind of hate the cliffs. They get in my way of fun. But yeah, I think we'll set up something over here. Might be a limit to our actual bus stuff, but that will encourage us to move the bulk of production off of this. Any chance I want to go straight north from here? I think that's actually a pretty good idea. Let's arbitrarily declare. You know what? Let's put this balancer on my belt, on my sheet for the file here. Let's declare this kind of the start of the bus. I mean, realistically, it's going to be hard to bring all this stuff in. Maybe we want to leave more space. Well, we're not going to be feeding that much raw stuff in here. There's going to be iron here. Maybe we leave this one for iron plates as well. Now, not early on. We can add another iron plate load somewhere else. It's going to be fine. So it's going to be iron, copper. This might be, again, not inputted down here. It'll be further up, but we might do a couple of gear ones. In the past, I haven't. Like, most recently, I have done gear on the bus before, or on a bus, but before I was just making them in place. But I've realized that it's quite convenient to have the gears there, and it is more compressed because it takes 2 plates to make a gear. 2 plates to make a gear, so you're fitting sort of twice as much iron in a sense on a belt if it has been geared. We're going to want to leave some space again, so at least, go at least kind of this far. And yeah, it makes some of the construction earlier. There might be still cases where we do want to go and just make the gears in place, especially since in theory we're going to support more iron belt throughput than anything else. But all right, so that's there. Where's my grenades? Bloom, bloom, bloom. And we are out of grenades, and that's going to have to be okay. Although we will make a grenade production line. I can't remember if we need it for the military science. We, in fact, may. I can't recall. I guess I could make the gear thing immediately. We're going to want to assume some amount of metal traffic over here. You can go and make all your bus production on one side of the bus. I think we're definitely going to want to do a mixed thing. I guess I can bring the iron around wide. Okay, I will make a gear production line over here. So, leave a little bit of a gap. Now, gears produce very quickly, half a second, so we need to unload 4 things per second. No, sorry, we need to unload 2 things per second. We need to load 4 things per second. Now, this swings once every... Just give me a rotation of 302 degrees per second. Yeah, so this loads less than 1 per second until we get stacking size. Okay, we're going to assume a fast inserter. And I guess it's got to unload fairly quickly as well. Maybe we'll fast inserter both sides of this. And it's not perfectly aligned for this, but that's maybe okay. Now this is not the way I was doing it. So I normally do, let me bring it a little higher to make it more obvious. I usually do this. The idea is we can take from every one of these lanes and offload it. But I just saw a screenshot of someone else who does it sort of in the inverted style, which is this. And I thought that was odd, but does this lead to better balance stuff afterwards? It's not a belt balancer, so I suspect it doesn't make a difference. This means if like this input dries up, we don't get an output. I feel like it's maybe 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. It's hard to tell. I'm going to just keep doing it in the way that I'm used to, which, because of the balancer, we can probably get away with something like this. And then this. And actually, we should leave a little bit more space over here. And do this and do this. Okay. So, this is... Okay, because we're doing the split, maybe I want to do 2 inputs because I have to think of this as just a half a belt, really, because of this, right? So, or even this with the splits, although if this is full. But in theory, assuming we're draining this, like if we want to drain this at full speed, we've got to treat this as 24 per second, not 48 per second, which I think is the capacity. Am I wrong about that? Yeah, so I don't know what the ratio is, but I was going to say, if we're pulling in 4 per second from each one, that means we can do 6 of these serviced with this. I may be completely wrong about these numbers, though. I'm going to output from here or go around back. I guess we'll try this, depending on the space we've allowed. In any case, I mean, this is going to be lots of gears to start off with for us, which is nice. Scaling might be difficult later on. I'm not sure. But I guess, you know, the thing with this, just like in a lot of projects, sometimes the perfect is the enemy of the good. And I mean, if I'm not going to go and like operate off a blueprint where everything is properly calculated and things like that, at some point we just have to get this going so we can build the rest of the base and then figure out what comes next. Okay, let's try to use more of these base electric poles. This is more than we need, but you know what? It's a nice grid and we appreciate that. Okay. So you are energized. Oh. Blueprints go. And right now it's got a little bit of a backlog of input. But yeah, that will go away at some point. I will assume we're going to want a second layer of... Well, again, no, copper. And we'll need a second layer of iron, but let's not worry about it for now. Let's pretend that this block here... Let's decide that this block here is going to be our miscellaneous, maybe, utility. Am I really out of the normal lines? Okay. We're going to do this and fill both lines. We're going to want... Actually, let me bring this up a little bit further like this. And have you come in there, because I think right now we're going to saturate 2 lines over here so it's got some stored up. But yeah, I think we'll want a second input so that we're producing both of these from a couple of different things as quickly as possible. And then let me just quickly make some by hand here. I guess I could have picked up some of these gears, save myself some production time. There we go. Just to sort of move it over there. But I clearly got to go and pick up some more belts. Oh my god, we're 37 minutes into this episode. Factorio is crazy, man. Now, I'm not going to say that we progressed super fast in this episode, but, I mean, we've established some important stuff here. You know, maybe a little less chit-chatting. Would have gotten things a little bit further faster, but so be it. Yeah, go ahead and build the grenades. You can use the coal that's up. But yeah, it's 10 coal per. And then, yeah, I don't know that we need it for a while. But we will want some coal on the line. There's a few different little mini productions that have it, including grenades. And can I check? Did I unlock the military science? No. Yeah, okay, I was going to say, I think it needs grenades. So we'll want some grenade production for this. And it does need a lot of coal. And there might be something else that uses coal on the production line later. It might just be grenades. I don't know. But we'll go ahead and get, like, probably just 1 line of it. If we need more for something else and it needs larger numbers, it can always be delivered a little bit closer as well. But I think this is okay. And yet, so one of the things with making production only on 1 line of the bus is it's easy to expand. If I'm going to put things on the other side, I'm going to have to leave a big gap so that I can widen the bus at some point later on. Well, I mean, if it's close near the bottom, it's okay, because I can always just expand later on. But, all right. Well, we'll put the cut in here, and what I might do is I might just get the copper one set up. I think that's an okay idea. I'll do that between episodes, and then we'll pick up again next time. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye-bye.